All right, here we go. Welcome to round one. Ooh, that cough kind of worked, actually. Well, no, it's slipping again. We slipping. All right. Boom. I mean, yeah, that looks pretty good. I mean, I've kept worse hands, right? Who convinced me to play Caracas? I think that was Tuesday. I hate Caracas. Everyone knows this, but all right. I think the answer is Pearl, Caracas, Fiddlebender, go. That way, when we draw Black Lotus next turn, we can win the game. There, okay. Yeah, we gotta read the card. That's fair. Everyone's favorite gnome artificer, really. To be fair, if we do draw Black Lotus, we do win the game. Oh god, are we getting turn one Doomsday? Oh, we're not getting Doomsday. You love to see it. No! My Fiddlebender. If only I could have protected it with Caracas. You hate to see it, really. Oh, just the probe before even the probe after Swords to Plowshares is an interesting choice. I know. I know. I could have. I could have waited to play Riddle's Fiddlebender until after I had the Caracas, but the problem with that is it just isn't. One, there's not very much removal in Vintage, and two, I think deploying it on turn one is more powerful. So I don't know. I think it's like I think it's a better play to just jam the Fiddlebender without Caracas protection than anything else. Am I just playing against Jeskai and all my things are gonna die? Holy hell. Maybe this is why. Yeah, that might be why. I play too fast. Who could have thought that someone would actually play Jeskai, you know? No one could have really seen this coming. Jeskai blows. What are you talking about? You're only saying Pyroblast is good right now because you're not playing workshops anymore. You'd be saying Pyroblast was bad if you were playing workshops. Wait, no, maybe that's the opposite. Fuck. Wait, what? There's a mana crypt? I don't understand. All right, a cool thing. I think we're gonna get Hardcast Force of Will. But a cool thing is that if I just draw into a Urza Saga, that'd be sick. Hey, don't they respect the Riddlesmith clock? Like, what are they doing? If this gets forced, I really don't care. This is so fine. I just don't give a shit. Counter my spells. My cards are garbage. I'm just gonna play some Ambush Vipers here. I guess they're not even flash. What is it? What is this? A Goblin Piker? Just gonna play some blue Goblin Pikers and kill you with your Mana Crypt. What is happening? Why is there a Mana Crypt in your deck? They have a second force. They have a Sphinx of the Steel Wind as well. All right. Well, I guess we lose. I don't think I can kill that. I need to draw a natural portable hole. It's just Tinker Jeskai, yeah. Though they might die to this Mana Crypt, I guess. Got him. Counter this bad boy. To resize my whole screen. That's less than ideal. A 1-3 is a problem for my Goblin Pikers, though. Oh, wow, the Fetcherino. Oh my god, no. No, the double. They're all dead. Could this be Breach? I guess. They lost the flip, though. All right, both Riddlesmiths are down. I see that now. All right, I just hope they die to Mana Crypt, I guess. What's a good draw for me? Tinker? I guess Tinker's a pretty good draw. That's not a very good draw. If only I could use this Caracas to do literally anything. It's a fucking terrible card. He says after he doesn't protect his legendary with Caracas. They won the flip? That's cheating. We don't play Lightning Bolt. We're a my opponent chose not to preordain there. I'm gonna say sophisticated wizard, but we all know that's not true. Oh my, I don't even have double blue mana. Why is this Caracas in my deck? It's supposed to be a Tundra. Actually, it was a Plains. That's a lie. It could have been a Tundra, though. It's not going to be okay. My opponent's never going to lose a Mana Crypt flip, and he's going to draw into Tinker. I know, Jay. What we really need... Top. What is that nonsense? Ah, Coral Merfolk. Yes, that's it. This is going to get tinkered. Like 10,000. Yep. Very first preordain. There's a Citadel? All right. I mean... Ancestral Hull Breacher. Wait a second. Doesn't that mean that this card was... Oh, maybe Hull Breacher was on the top of their library? I don't know. Whatever. Fucking goddamn it. This Jeskai, Mystic Sanctuary, Tinker, Citadel, Sphinx deck is just fucking running me over here, huh? Library of Alexandria? In your Mystic Sanctuary, Tinker, Sphinx thing? This is what people get away with. How do they get away with this? How can you get away with this? This would never be allowed. I bet they have Time Twister and Wheel of Fortune too, right? Two Arcanist. So there's Tinker, but there's also two Arcanists, two Hull Breacher. Where are the artifacts? How do you fit the artifacts in this deck? Is it just like Jeskai with a Mana Crypt artifacts? I actually think this is kind of good. Can I win the game if this resolves? Sack. 3 flyers. This is definitely the kind of deck you used to see, like Renee used to play. I assume they just stack this and then I stack my board and hope it works. Yeah, and Luca, yeah. All right. What now? I assume they swords one and then steal the other next turn, maybe. They should swords their own Hull Breacher so they can cast more spells off of Citadel. Oh my god, it's fucking 4-color. Four-color. Mystic Sanctuary. Library of Alexandria. Tinker. How is there a library in this deck? Why isn't it like an Ursa Saga if we're gonna do that? Maybe there is. Yeah, I kind of saw that one coming, to be honest with you. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I've had enough. You did your thing. I'll let you do your thing. No more things. Okay, so what do we do? There's swords to plowshares. Pyro. I can't believe we got swords to plowshares on turn one by the 4-color Tinker deck. You know there's only one swords in their deck. How unlucky can we be? All right, we're going to bring in Karn and Negation. And we're going to take out Needle. Portable Hole. Oh, wait, there's Dreadhorde Arcanists. Riddlesmith, perfect. Got him. Submit. Oh, it's 61. Good God. Thopter found. No, we're just play 61. All right, cool. Got it. Same. Why is there a Caracas in my deck? I should not have listened to them. You don't know that. I might have decided to put a Tundra in. I can't, dude. They're so good. Force of will me, I dare you. I double dog dare you. So many choices. Can't wait to get Tinker breached here. I'm not actually sure what my game plan is here. Pretty sure we're just gonna get comboed and die. Just discard step, huh? Discard is Blight Steel? Wow. I'm impressed. No, I'm not gonna ask them for their list. So I feel like I should get a blue, sapphire, so that I can go. No, sorry. I need to get a pearl so I can activate Stoneforge and get another Stoneforge. Or Riddlesmith, I don't know. I'm just like pretty sure I'm gonna die before then. Why does it look like I'm playing Death and Taxes? Watch them try to DAC my Cauldron complete. That'll be fun. What just happened? They just try to shatter my Cauldron complete. That's not how this works. That's not how this was. Those Serenity's fucking nice. Nice tech. Nice tech. I'm gonna Tundra and Ancestral to get the Force out of their hands so they can't use Library anymore. Because I don't think we want to Tinker. Well, we could Tinker, but I think we want Tinker after, maybe. Because I could always put a Nettle Assistant at their end step. Maybe. I don't know. Watch this get misdirected. That just resolves? Okay, sure. I don't know what's happening, clearly. No, it won't be on end step. It'll be float on upkeep with these two things that are going away and put a batter skull in play. Which will give me lethal, which is, it's something. All right. Your move. My death and taxes deck knows no bounds. What a beautiful board. Library, Volk, Tundra, Sea. Wheelie reminds me of simpler times. How has Nettlesis been? Well, considering, that's not going to work, friend, either. Didn't I predict this? I predicted this. Nah, yeah, you control it. Got me. How am I such a psychic visionary? It's incredible. Paid actors? Any paid actors in chat? At least it's okay, but Dean won't let me re-equip anyways. It's fine. All right, so now that we know our opponent has Serenity, and Shattering Spree, how does that change what we're doing with our lives? Maybe we want this Padim. I don't know if they have enough artifacts for us to justify Karn the Great Creator, to be perfectly honest with you. I know they have a Tinker in their deck, but I don't think it's good. Oh, I'm still at 61. Fuck. All right, I thought the Stopper Foundry is probably not very good either. Submit. Perfect deck building. Okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. Keep. I can't activate my Stoneforge as maybe we're supposed to have a plains instead of a basic island. Had anyone thought of this? This mana base is maybe not very good. How did we win game 2? With Stoneforge Mystic and living weapons. That's how we played a little death and taxes, and then our opponent died. It turns out you can't Shattering Spree a Cauldron Complete, and you also can't steal a Cauldron Complete to the effectiveness that you would really like. I actually do think we're the player with the worst mana base of this two players. I do think that we have a worse mana base than our opponent. So there's a Tolarian Academy too. So let me get this straight. Tolarian Academy, Library of Alexandria, Mystic Sanctuary, and at least 7 dual lands. Maybe 8 dual lands. I do think that game 2 was a great example of why Cauldron Complete is very vintage playable. A lot of the normal answers just don't line up against it, and it's super fast. So I do like the fact that game 2 was a good example of why I was trying to play different Stoneforge Mystic decks in the past. All right, well, yeah, so there's also Serenities in my opponent's Tolarian Academy deck, which is, again, the nice part about this Urza Saga is, although my Urza Saga may never make a construct, it does get me a Black Lotus. A classic. A absolute classic. Tinker, I assume. Oh. Yeah, I don't really like that one. It's okay. We got Cauldron complete coming, so I will cavern naming Artificer. Oh baby. Yes, I would like to search my library for a Cauldron complete. Thank you for asking. The classic cast Monastery Mentor off of the Mox Pearl in my Volcanic Island Academy Underground Sea deck. That one I think is fine. Mox Jet. Yeah. Why is there still there's Dread Horde Arcanists? There are Dread Horde Arcanists. Ay. Okay, so I fucking can't tinker with anything backup. Mm, you know they're gonna have blue card force. It's pretty hard for us to win the game. Like, if we just go Pearl, activate, play a Riddlesmith, that should be fine. I think that's better. My opponent actually having spells to flash back in this deck is incredible. There's so few. It has to be just like the restricted blue 1-drops and maybe a couple preordains somehow. Okay. Narset got a jet. Yeah, they also have pyro and sword. Yeah, I forgot. They do have pyro and swords somehow. Yeah, that is true. I did forget about that. We're 1 mana off of finding out if Padim works. And if we find a blue mana, we're probably tinkering. We definitely have the highest mana value artifact, so we got that going for us. Unless it gets stolen by Dak. They went bottom. That's a good sign. Also, if we have to cast negation, the Padim has got to go. So. Well, if they steal it before it gets hexproof. All right. Show me Blue something. Land. Time Vault. It's kind of interesting, I guess. Wait, should I just wait until I have another card in my hand? I don't think we're going to win this game. I think my opponent's very likely to just tinker us and we lose, but I don't think I could have given them Dak Faden. Maybe the real answer is I could have given them Monastery Mentor, but then I probably would have forced Dreadhorde, so I don't know. My opponent hasn't really cast too many spells that find them things. They cast up 2 Preordains. Maybe they have all Force of Wills in their hand and my Cavern of Souls has really ranched them. It's quite possible that's true. Swords. Ah, Pyroblast. Rest in peace, Riddlesmith. You tried your best. Our mana base is so unplayably bad. It's so bad. I don't know if I've ever made a worse mana base than this. You know sorceries don't have a soul. Can my opponent draw Tinker before I draw anything? Looks like the answer is yes. No way you have a Delve spell. There's Delve spells in this deck. What isn't in this deck? What's missing? What is missing? You know they're going to hit Swords to Plowshares here too. All right, well, guess it's time for us to draw some blue mana, huh? Well, it's time to find out if they have a force. All right, 4/4. What are you gonna do about that? That one they can DAC and then equip onto their Arcanist, and it would be very bad for me. Oh my god. Why does this deck play Serenity? They have 3 Moxen in play. They're about to turn off their Tolarian Academy. Go to 1. Do it. Go to 1. You won't. I can still draw blue source, tinker away my Cauldron complete. No, they're trading away the Arcanist. All right, it's okay. Now they don't have white mana, and their academy is turned off. So it's fine. I fucking cannot. This is the worst game of Magic of all time. Chat. 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 What if you still had a Dreadhorde Arcanist? Then you could flash this back. No shuffle? Uncounterable. What next? Pyroblast, I assume, right? Well, our Tinker getting Pyroblast would have also made me fairly upset, so. There's more preordains? Top bottom? Why is this happening? They're gonna kill me with my fucking Cauldron Complete. It's a really good draw. If it resolves, I guess. It's probably correct for them to force this, but still tilts me. There's a balance? I'm gonna get Hull Breacher twisted. There's a Gush in the Library of Alexandria Tolarian Academy. There's a Gush. I would never be allowed to do this. I would never be allowed to make this deck. How is there room for a top that we don't even spin? The evil Justin is inside of me, crying out, time out your opponent. Time out your opponent. Time out your opponent. We must. There are 2 tundras. Maybe they'll draw out. Maybe they didn't keep in Time Twister. There are 3 underground seas? How are there 3 underground seas? We've seen 1 black card. We've only seen 1, 2, 3 fetches in like 50 cards. I am going to lose my mind. Slasher, even you wouldn't make a deck like this. I'm ready for Time Twister. Just fucking hit me with the Time Twister. Demonic. Activate. Time Twister. Ancestral? How greedy are we? Attached? Yep. Yep. You're so fucking late. You know that? You know that? You're so fucking late. Stupid fucking Urza Saga, man. If I draw this Urza Saga, like the first turn of these 20 draws, I think we're fine. But I did not. Okay, here we go. Round 2. Let's try again. This time we can lose to Pio instead. Oh, that's a hand. Oh, what do you know? Lands and spells that cast each other. Fair is fair. Turn 1 Citadel. Oh, come on! Oh, it's my fault. I should practice more, and I should mulligan to Force of Will, like that wise chatter told me last weekend. That one's on me, chat. It's pretty hard to predict this match, Raphael, when We were already down a game and the prediction's still going. All right. My bad, my bad. Look, this hand much better. Keep. All right, chat. Hit me. Hit me with your best. Hit me with your best sequencing on this turn. What you thinking? Are you a Black Lotus Saga Urza Ancestral gamer? Are you a Black Lotus Ancestral Riddlesmith gamer? Are you a Ancestral Nettlesys gamer? Are you a Lotus Riddlesmith Ancestral gamer? I'm gonna cast Ancestral first gamer. That did kind of end a little weird. Well, that was the worst, really, way to go about this if we're gonna actually have a resolve. But I like how we've never ever activated an Urza Saga for a construct. I believe we continue. We will not do that. Well, I didn't really expect my Ancestral to resolve, so that was bad. We would have definitely gotten away with Urza into Ancestral. We could have done it. I also didn't really think we wouldn't draw any Moxen. I guess we're just gonna get Saga keyed here because I can't trap anything. Yikes. Alright, Force is a good draw. Force is a good draw for sure. I don't hate that. Though it's gonna be really hard for us to beat like a Saga on this turn because I kind of boarded out all the ways to beat Vault Key. I boarded out Portable Hole and I boarded out Needle, so we'd have to race. Which I don't think we currently race a Saga, so. They play a Key now, though. No, they have a Saga. Alright, I guess we just fucking lose. Oh, they drew Key. Oh my god, we're fucking lucky. Oh, we're so lucky that they drew Key. Sometimes the whitelist comes running back in. He probably should not have played that Mox Jet or Emerald or whatever. Who would have lost? Is this what it feels like to be on the other side of exclamation mark Mindbreak Trap? Exclamation mark MBT? Now the key is gone forever? We just have to beat Saga tokens? That doesn't exactly sound easy, but I guess I theoretically could have gotten an expedition map. Kind of just need to get this thing in play, though, I think. Technically, complete is pretty decent against Saga tokens if we don't die on the swingbacks. These Riddlesmiths are not very good if we don't draw Moxen. I did notice that. Draw a Tinker? This is what it's like to be on the other side of top deck Tinker. I don't believe I'm ever fated to win a Tinker Mirror. It's just too hard for a guy like me. It's not really possible for them to whiff from this point. Just take my word for it. Yeah, I mean, they already have a Time Walk turn combined with an active Citadel, a top, a Paradoxical, and 6 things. They can functionally draw through their deck. So as long as their deck contains some avenue to winning the game, which they already have, all they need to do is make a Saga token, find a Snapcaster or a Yogwell, and flashback Time Walk, attack, and activate the Wolves of Citadel. So really, assuming my opponent built their deck in a reasonable fashion, we are probably not deterministically dead here, but functionally dead here. So the thing is, Slasher, that we did get rid of the Manifold key with Mindbreak Trap, so I would like to see a Yogwell. I know some people have cut Yogwell. Yeah, this is what happens when I try to play a fun deck in leagues. I die very, very brutally. Though, to be fair, PO is probably the single best deck at keeping other decks out of the format, so... PO isn't absolutely a gatekeeper to like fair-ish blue pile or fairish piles in general. Um, that might not be true, Slasher. You don't know that. You don't know that for sure. Eight cast could be better. Yeah, basically that. Like I countered my opponent's thing, right? But it doesn't really matter because they just tinker. We'll see. We'll see. It's weird though, Slasher, because the same thing, like the weirdest part about 8 cast is it's pretty good against Flusterstorm, it feels like. Like I don't board in extra Flusterstorms versus you. As soon as Crazy says they have a mentor in their deck. Alright, yeah, you got me, homie. And Flusterstorm is one of the better cards versus PO. Alright, here we go, chat. Third attempt. I've got a Force. I've got an uncounterable turn 1 Stoneforge Mystic. This is a pretty good hand. The key is a little weird, but honestly, I think turn 1 uncounterable Stoneforge Mystic with Cauldron Complete is pretty reasonable. I am unfortunately exposed to Abrupt Decay. And obviously, I am exposed to Collector Oof, but I do have Force to cover that. I guess I should not have played that into Daze. I should have played Mana Crypt first. Oh, they're just F6, huh? I definitely sequenced this about as suboptimally as I could. I actually am really weak to like Collector Roof with Fluster or Force backup, but I don't really think I'm allowed to play around that in any meaningful way. That is fine. I don't really give a shit about that. I don't really like Passion's build of bug, or maybe this wasn't Passion's build, it was somebody else's, right? I don't really remember. Tomo's build of bug, yeah. It was interesting, but I don't know. I liked Bob when it beat me, but the more I think about it, the less I'm into it. I wonder if I'm supposed to play around. Like, should I hold open the ability to put in Nettle Cyst off of Stoneforge Mystic, or should I utilize my mana efficiently? Kind of feel like I should utilize my mana efficiently. If this gets forced, like, do I really care? I don't think so. This Nettle Cyst actually looks pretty good. When you have these, like, Moxen heavy hands, Wasteland is, I guess, kind of annoying. If we ever hope to cast another spell. I don't really plan on casting any more spells, though. I guess the best card for them is Oko, which we currently have covered. Unless, yeah. Interesting. We just played some accelerated death and taxes, kind of slash aggro shops, kind of an interesting game. But like I said, everything beats bug. That's just how it is. I think shops probably beats bug. Golos shops. I could see Golos shops beating bug. My deck? No. I wouldn't really say there's a consistent aggro deck in Vintage right now. Maybe Hogak is the best. Yeah, I would say Hogak is probably the most consistent aggro deck in Vintage. I think that's a reasonable statement. It's not bad, Slasher. I think Gak is pretty good. I don't know why you think Gak is bad. It does well and is theoretically strong. Oh, my deck. Yes, my deck is bad. That is accurate analysis. God, this deck is so bad. Do I go to 4? Perfect. Yep. All right. Dope. This hand will lose the bug for what it's worth. This hand will lose the bug for sure. And there's not a hope in the world of this 4-card hand beating bug, but I gotta do my best. Ooh. They thought about it. Damn it. I'm lucky, really. So close, yet so far away. Hey guys, I found the Moxen that we were looking for. Remember those Moxen? No! Ha! That's such a bad outcome. I actually think we might have been pretty close there. How did we draw another one? Jeez. I mean, I don't know what's in my opponent's hand, but if they're not killing Stoneforge, there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. Just need to draw one of those lands. Or Dismember, I guess. Or Portable Hole. It's okay, neither of us are casting spells, so the Deathrite doesn't do anything. Oh no. Eats my land. For what? 4? Fuck you. Alright, landsies? Lands? Any lands? Any landers? I deserve this. Just enough wastelands. If only I had my Caracas. Fortunately, they have Deathray Shaman fuel now, so I don't live very long. Okay, let's try again. The low blue count in this deck is super noticeable. I really dislike it. This is definitely one of the worst decks I've ever put together. In the past, it used to be enough for me to have Ancestral, Tinker, and Force of Will in my deck and still get wins. Doesn't seem like that's good enough anymore. Man, just basic island, I would feel much better. I call this getting Force of Vigored 101. Where you play your land and your Mox and then get Force of Vigored. Ooh, safety. It's mostly trying to play a Cavern of Souls Saga mana base is not really achievable. It was a bold journey into the unknown. Okay, so what I do is Oswald, Krakus, Mana Crypt, draw, Mana Crypt, key trick, draw, play, top, go. Now the question becomes, do they have a Collector Roof? And then do they have Counterspell for Dismember? Woo! Safety. I don't know if I got my opponent to F6 there or they actually had nothing, but I'll take it either way. So this is getting me a Fiddle Bender. That. I think they just have nothing. I technically win the game on the next turn, so I have another oof. Time Walk. Tried Arbor. Okay. Can we Fiddle Bend? Oh, that is not a good... If this Caracas was a basic plains like I wanted it to be... Oh no. That's bad. I've also lost all of my flips again. Wow. Maybe I can bait this. Come on, hit it, hit it. This looks winnable. This looks winnable. This looks winnable. This is winnable. It's winnable, chat. It's winnable. It's bug. It's winnable. I hate this game so much. They top decked Abrupt Decay. I It's a cursed league, and I lost every single flip. I lost every flip, and they top deck Decay to save. This is so tilting, this league. I just look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Should I not have dismembered? No, I mean they were on no cards and a Dryad Arbor. Like, no. Why? I feel like I played right, and I did take 8 damage from dismembers, 2 damage from mental missteps, 1 damage from a Dryad Arbor, and lost all 3 mana crypts to die. I thought that was the win. I thought that game was the win. It wasn't the win. Okay, here we go. This hand sucks. This league is cursed. This league is cursed. I am destined to 05 this league, and I will not stop until we 05. Doomsday? No, not like this, Andy. Not like this. Oh, they said hi, good luck, have fun. That means they're definitely on Doomsday. %100 locked. I needed to get this 05 out of my system first, House. Or Dredge. Or Dredge. Or Dredge. I did this to myself. I absolutely did this to myself. It's okay, post board. We got all kinds of Doomsday hate post board. Do not worry, chat. Post board, I am ready. I am ready. We did waste a game where we didn't get killed on turn 1. That's kind of unfortunate. I play Final Fantasy 14. Just waiting on the new expansion. How am I not dead? And what am I even doing playing this game? I don't understand why I'm playing this game anymore. I should have conceded. I will. I elect to pay. What now, opponent? What now? You're scared. I understand. You haven't seen that card in a while. Sure. Sure. F6. F6, 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 F6. Nah, I wanted to get both the days out of their hand. Now I'm free to force them on my own leisure. Wait, why is that actually true, though? Well, I mean, if they're not going to kill me, I'm going to make some constructs and hope it's good enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. I may only make 4 mana? That's unfortunate. Yeah, this is like more turns than the last Doomsday match I played. This game has more turns than the last Doomsday match we played. I got force. What do you got? I mean, if they don't do it now, they're going to get hit for 4. It's starting to get dicey if they don't do it now. 7 cards in hand. Okay. You got me. They were just playing around Archive Trap, you know? All right. We got hate. No worries. We got all kinds of hate. We got Archive Traps. We got mystical mind break traps. We've got negations. I've never had so much hate for Doomsday. This can go. 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 And then our deck's perfect. Yeah, something like that. This is definitely one of the worst decks I've ever made. I honestly thought it would be a little bit better. uh... No, I think your deck's pretty bad too. So. Nah, this is basically a Mox Pearl, so we're good. No, I don't want to play any more Magic. I'm magicked out. This was enough Magic to last me a lifetime. See, look at all the white mana in my deck, chat. I have infinite white mana in my deck. We've cast 0 Tinkers for Citadel. Maybe that's why we haven't won any matches. No, I've been told Saga needs to be restricted, so I have to play it as a 4 of in all my decks. I've never lost to a Saga, though, Slasher. That's the difference. Dress down OP. I just want all my opponents to play Sagas. It'll be a great time. True story. 100% check the VODs. I'm about to smack my opponent with a Cauldron. They won't even know what hit them. I'm not about to smack my opponent with a Cauldron. Never mind. The good news is I got Urza Saga, the most broken land ever. More broken than Mishra's Workshop and Bazaar of Baghdad. Truth. No one asked for those to be restricted, only Saga. Are you telling me that I should have archive trapped the Fatal Push, Neil? Is that what I was supposed to do? Chat. Please. You're hurting me. I think I'm going to Ancestral even though I get dazed or whatever. Sure. That works out much better for me than getting my archive trap flustered. You know I have no sense of humor. How dare you tell jokes in my chat? I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to make 2 Saga tokens there, but it's possible I was supposed to just hold open all my mana. I don't know. I feel like it's too slow if I just don't make a Saga token there. Like, obviously this exposes my trap to all kinds of things, but I don't know. I don't really feel like I had a better play, really, so. You got it. They're only at 2 cards in hand, so if one of those cards is a cantrip and the other card is not a daze, or the cantrip is not a street wraith and the other card is not a fluster. I don't know if I said that correctly. It's a decent chance we get an archive trap here, which is good, clean living and absolutely worth every 1 cent that the card costs to put in our sideboard. It's good watching Doomsday players die to Archive Trap. I agree. However, I typically do not allow Archive Trap to be put in my competitive sideboards. It is too narrow. But as we all know, this deck is not competitive in any sense of any word. So I think it's okay. I will allow it. Tap out, baby. Get fucked. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Doomsday died. Yes. Get wrecked, Doomsday. Oh, and Montolio. Montolio's still around. Montolio, did you see my Bant Archon list? Bant feels pretty good right now. I don't really like the Bant deck, but all of its 8 pieces line up so well against the format. I don't know. I feel like that's a very Andy list. I don't know why, though. I don't know why I feel that way. Oh, I'm sure our lists are pretty similar. I just took an older list and cut the Dazes out of my Forest Savannah deck. It's pretty stock. I think I played a Thieving Skydiver to up the blue count, and I played the full 4 Archon because I don't know why you wouldn't play 4 Archon. I don't remember what else I changed. I might stream that on like a Wednesday or Saturday at some point. Though it is probably to my own detriment that I stream that deck, as it's really good against anything I want to play. But so I think here we're just supposed to play Saga, Soul Ring. Just get my mana deployed. Guess this helps play around Fluster and Trap. I don't know. I have just kept putting more and more Force of Vigors in the main deck of all my decks. Seems really good against the metagame. Force of Vigor's so good right now. Imagine if my board got Force of Vigored. Brutal. So next turn I have 2 mana here, 2 mana here. My opponent has 4 cards in hand. They might have Doomsday, but worried about Archive Trap. That is very unfortunate. I really wanted them to Doomsday there. If we can hit a Moxen, we can get a pretty big Nettle system play. Another Force is pretty interesting. If we have a Moxen, we could technically probably cast this for 7, which is interesting as well. Drawing only up to 8. I think people are a little conservative with their Necros, but I guess we do have an active Saga, so maybe it's reasonable. I did draw the Force. That's pretty nice. So the question here is, I think I just leave everything. I could like make a Saga token and then Nettle Cyst. That lets me play around days. So it's probably good enough, actually. So I can just make a Saga token and play an Nettle Cyst. And that's got to be pretty close to Are they gonna force this? Rainstorm with a fetch. Go ahead. I think this is the best the line we have. I like it. We get a creature in play. We have threats on the table. We have mana to pay for days. We have force and trap. Okay. All right. Okay. Imagine we go 1-4 and the only deck we beat is Doomsday. Wouldn't that be something? All right, I have 9 power in play, so that's what the Doomsday players tell me. Bad deck. All right. So if my opponent just straight up casts Doomsday, how are our sequences? What are we sequencing? It's not Doomsday. Oh, we're just getting consulted? That's gross. My archive trap. Every time you get consulted by Doomsday, when you have the answers to the actual combo, you just feel so sad. Unlucky, really. Doomsday too good. All right, we are rapidly approaching 0 wins. All right, round 5 versus Bryant Cook. I've already mulliganed my first hand. This hand, it looks a little bit better, I guess. Not much better. No, he'll be on Paradoxical Outcome or Esper Saga. It's actually a pretty good draw because now I don't actually have to crack this Black Lotus. I still don't really know exactly what I'm doing with this. Probably Opal, Lotus, Jet, Top. Yeah, it's not great for Justin. Artificer. I think we're just gonna get a Nettle Cyst. And then next turn, or this turn, I can just play a Nettle Cyst. It's a little greedy, but if it survives, then if it resolves, then I have white mana to put the Cauldron Complete into play next turn. I assume I'm going to get tinkered, but you know, maybe I'll survive Bryant's Wrath for a turn here. Nice choice of islands. I like that. This is the island I used to use for a long time. I mean, we get to hit him for... If we get to hit him, which we're not going to, because we're getting Citadeled. We would hit them for like 10. which is pretty cool. Gonna bring in Mind Breaks, Negations, and a Karn. And I'm gonna take out Batter Skull, Thopter, Sword. Shit. It's so bad. I shouldn't have put it in my deck. Dope. Try again. Yeah, this brew did not work out as the way we would hope. Put it that way. All right, let's try again. Yeah, I think this is fine because I have a force. I can play my Tundra because my opponent doesn't have Wastelands in their deck. Okay. I'm getting a little greedy by letting that resolve, but I kind of wanted them to just use all their mana. I'm gonna pitch this Riddlesmith and Cataxium Probe. All right, yeah, you got me. Guess I won't be negating any ancestrals, huh? Just look for another blue card would be nice. It's kind of unlikely because there's not very many blue cards in my deck, but all right. 4 attacks, 2 forces. This has worked before. This is a tried and tested vintage strategy that I have done. I don't think I top 8 of the challenge. I think I got 10th in the challenge. I have finished a challenge with a winning record by going Stone Forges with force backups. Draw 2. Go for it. So I actually do have a 2-turn clock because if I hit for 6 now, and I could play a Stoneforge and it's 7. If they crack this polluted delta, it's just 6 and 6. Actually, not bad spot here. Just play the Stoneforge Mystic Delver game with a pile of forces. They do know about my negation. which means they have to probably either play on my turn or offer some bait. I should have played this jet so I could hard cast negation. But they can always just respond. They didn't respond. I don't know if playing hard cast negation is better than playing a lethal threat. I don't think it is. Like, they're going to cast Ancestral. I'm going to cast Force of Will. This does let them fetch, I guess. Am I going to cast Force Ancestral? This represents Flusterstorm Fuller, and I think that's worth more. Because none of this else matters. Just posturing, blue counterspell warp. I mean, just like Flusterstorming with something. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things that 3 cards can do here. Moxen to turn on POs. I think it's pretty dangerous to give them 3 cards here in this exact spot. Just too much gas, I think. Wonder what they're trying. Is this just like a classic Bryant Cook 4-color PO deck? Are there sagas in it? I'm pretty interested. I never was a super big fan of the 4-color Splash Pyroblast version, but Pyroblast is definitely better now than it was before, so maybe that's a decent route to take it. With like the whole 8-cast thing and heavy blue meta. The weirdest part about the heavy blue meta is there's a huge amount of Golos, which makes Pyroblast not great. So my opponent's going for the kill here with Yogwill. I have to hope they have no second counter spell. Oh, that was Demonic Tutor. For Lotus, for Yogwill, whatever. It doesn't matter. So there is Saga. I honest to God thought they cast Yogwill. I was very confused. Could be Lightning Bolt, right? Or repeal. It is Hercules. Oh, that's true. That's true. Bryant is not a repeal fan. I love repeal. Bryant hates repeal, and that's just that's the dividing line. Civil War. So I couldn't beat that with like holding open Mystic, right? No matter what I did. So now they can Yogg Will. Does this win? Probably. You have to set up what, Vault Key? They have Time Walk, so all they need to do is get a. So all they need to do is Mystical for a Tinker and Time Walk. Deck doesn't seem great. Really? Are you sure? All right. As long as you're sure. So I think if I'm them and they do, I don't know if they play Vault Key. I assume they play Vault Key. I think that's what I would do. I think I would Mystical for a Tinker. Oh no, we have to make sure that this Mana Vault gets untapped. I guess we could just Hercules ourselves. No, I think that would work. I think if you just Mystical for Tinker, Hercules yourself, and Time Walk, that should be good enough. Assuming he plays Vault Key. So that looks like the line that's going to happen here, I would assume. Mystical, Time Walk, Tinker. This gets Key, Tinker for Vault. That was a different Hercules, wasn't it? So they have another Hercules. So I can actually make enough mana to maybe PO. Actually, they can go for PO because they had a second Hercules here. I'm interested. I guess the PO is free. I just feel like the mystical line is deterministic unless they don't play Vault Key. All right, they do play Vault Key. I think I would have gone for the mystical line because it was deterministic, but I guess this is 0 mana off of PO, so it's probably fine. Doesn't really change anything, right? GG's. So the Hercules recall, 2 Hercules recall versus us was enough. Yeah, I mean, we 0-5'd. We won a couple games here and there, but for the most part, our deck sucked. We didn't really tinker anyone, so that didn't really help. Our mana base was awful. And yeah, overall, we can write this one off as a no-go. Brilliant deck building, really. You gotta have some duds every time you have a couple nice ones. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Sorry that I still don't have a normal voice, but hopefully that'll come back at some point soon. Talk to you later.